And I'm back. Took a little half-hour break. Got hydrated. Got cats. Got more hydrated. So what am I up to? Pretty much lost all the viewers I had, but that's alright. I had to take a break. Maybe next time I leave the stream running. I'll just leave the music running. I just put up a timer. Figured I would stop it altogether as I ran away, but maybe I'll keep it going again next time. What am I up to? So what I've done so far... I guess I can jump into my editor. That'll make the to-do list show up. What does this guy say? Oh, alright. Let's start with the scene switcher. And I can get to my editor. There we go. So getting back at it. What have I done so far? So, as an introduction back to what I'm doing, since I took a break and maybe some new folks will join and this will be a new video, what I'm doing is I'm playing around with building a Twitch chatbot combined with a web server that hosts a web page, and the web page can be used with the browser source and OBS as an overlay. And in fact, that overlay right now is over above my head where it says Hello World. It doesn't look like much yet, but it'll look like something soon, I hope. What I'm hoping to do is to get this thing. Let's see if I can move it a little bit. I'm going to scooch it down a little bit, because what this is going to be doing at some point is that little bit over there. Instead of just saying hello world, we'll have fireworks, or it's going to do something. I'm going to hook it up to the chat bot. Folks in chat, which might just be me if I only have myself watching. Folks in chat will be able to type commands, and it'll make that thing do something. Not a super original project. There's services that'll do this for you. But I'm building it from scratch. Mostly. And for bonus points, what I might end up doing is setting it up as a project on Glitch, which is a neat little platform for learning and hacking. So I might take this thing, wrap it up, and put it on Glitch. So you can have your own chatbot with a channel overlay. Alright, I guess jumping back into it. Where I left off, I kinda lost all my momentum because what I want to do is have that little hello world thing up there reload whenever I edit files. Now, one of the easiest ways I know to do that is to just set up Webpack. Because Webpack has hot reloading. But so far, since I'm a glutton for punishment, I have been building this thing with vanilla JavaScript in the browser. Now, what I'll say is that I don't expect to maintain that forever. Like, my music is stuttering a little bit. That doesn't bode well. And, what is going on? I think my machine is breaking up a little bit here. I don't intend to stick with vanilla JavaScript forever. What is going on, computer? Something is eating up all my CPU. Anyway. What I intend to do at some point is move on to Webpack and Babel, and maybe even use some React, who knows. But I don't intend to do that immediately. And I can get quite a ways with vanilla JavaScript, so I think I'm going to stick with that for now. So anyway, what I was doing starting to set up Webpack so it would at least reload the page, and then I figured eventually I'm gonna switch away from vanilla JavaScript, so I figured I might as well bite the bullet and do it now. Now, up until then, I had been being pretty productive and having some fun with things. Then I just kind of hit a brick wall of like needing to set up boilerplate for Webpack. And what I realized while I took my break, I don't need to do that. And in fact, what I can do, I'm just kind of moving some files around here. So I started poking around at things. And what I realized I could do is, since I've got my WebSockets running, I can tell that web page to reload from my server, which is what the hot reload stuff does. I mean, in a nutshell. So, forget Webpack for now. The last, like, 10 minutes of my last stream, forget that. To review my changes, I did a few things just before I restarted the stream. And I think I'm going to review them right now in GitHub Desktop. You know, I'd really like to know why my system is acting so horribly right now. It wasn't doing this before the break. Is that better? Might have been because I had OBS in studio mode. Let's stop that for now. Okay. Things seem to be kind of calming down. Anyway, back at it. Oh, I don't want to look at package lock. Okay, so I poked around a little bit, and I actually got the WebSocket connection to work. And it turns out I had a small bug here. I fixed that. And actually, I'm going to get, and I had another small bug down here. I'm going to get rid of that console log statement real quick. Like I discovered before I walked away for a break that my WebSocket server was refusing all WebSocket connections. So I fixed that because it wasn't seeing the right base URL. I fixed that in my server, and then I added a little set interval function here that just as a way to get some messages flowing. It will every second send a message to all WebSocket clients telling it the current time on the server. Just as a way to get some messages flowing. On the web side, I added all this code because before my break, the only code that was on the web page was a console log message that says hello. Well, so I started to add all this code. Actually, there's not all that much of it. It's one screen full. Basically, what I'm doing here is I define the WebSocket. You know, actually, I can look at this in my editor since this is all brand new code. So here's what I'm starting to do. Servers on the right, clients on the left. I added a little convenience method here to send JSON messages to the WebSocket server. And here, I'm creating the WebSocket connection. And I got a couple event listeners just so I can see when the socket has connected and when it's disconnected. And at some point, one of my next steps is I'm going to implement some reconnection logic there. And then here I've got my message listening, or my message event listener. And at some point, I might want to dry this up because I really like this pattern of using a dispatch table for all my messages. So okay, so put it all together. I've got a WebSocket server now that works, listens for clients, sends all clients a message every second. So two of the next things I'm going to add is some reconnection logic and also a message from the client to tell, or a message from the server to tell the client to relay changes. Right? And I've got some ideas for that. But first let's skip this song. The quest of the Space Beagle has gotten old. Alright, that sounds good. I like that. Maybe it'll suck in a minute, but who knows? Moving along. So, what I want to see now is this code working in the browser? So here, I got the browser, I got the page open. Let's reload the page. Okay. There it goes. It's a little hard to see because it's behind my to-dos, but here's the page with its glorious CSS. WebSocket is connected. I only have one WebSocket message handler on the client so far, and it just is the default that says unexpected socket message because I haven't implemented it, and the one message is system time coming from the server. So here, I'm going to do something kind of brute force, and what I'm going to do in the server, when the server starts up, I'm going to say server version, server instance version, if I can type. Let's just say this is, all I want is like a unique value. And what I'm going to say is on connection to your client, when you connect to me, I'm going to tell you this. Hello, Kitty. So what does that mean? That means when it connects... Kitty, please don't knock my laptop off the thing. Let's try this. So I don't have any reconnection logic yet, but server restarts. Let's bring that back on screen, actually. Server restarts, but there's a syntax error. Syntax error at 64. Yeah. I don't have a helper method here. Server restarts. You know what, actually, let's do this too. And the reason why I'm doing this is so every time the server starts up, it's got this random value. Now it's going to tell the client, here I am, here's my version. If this version changes, the client will reload itself. And so if the client reconnects to the server and it's a different version, reload yourself. I think I'm also gonna implement something to say, if the server detects some file changes, it'll send a reload message. But for now, I'm gonna do, if this server instance version changes, reload yourself. So, on the client side, what are we passing here? Event, and then that's the data. So I'm gonna say if we already have a version and that version doesn't equal what's coming in from the server, let's reload ourselves. Otherwise, let's go ahead and actually, you know what, let's do this. If we don't already have a server instance version, set our server instance versions to right? But if we do have one, and it doesn't equal, then we reload ourselves. So that means if we get this message from the server, we're going to reload ourselves. Cool, cool. Can't open file. Oh, that's right, I moved this file. Grr. Let's do this real quick. I moved the files around a little bit. Better? Better. Okay, so the other logic I need here is, kitty, don't put your feet on the mouse. Thank you. There's a cat laying behind the camera. He is trying to push everything off my desk. Especially everything that has to do with the stream. Alrighty, so I'm going to try to do a little reconnection logic here. Now, if it's disconnected, I think this is going to be super naive. But let's just do it. If we get disconnected, then try every second to reconnect. There's more logic that can be done here, but whatever. Okay. Server restarts with no problem. And you can see these version numbers are changing. Doesn't matter what they are, just that they're different. I could have used some other way to come up with them. Let's reload the page. You know, actually, I'm gonna put another log message in there. Where did I put that? Here are those handlers. There we go. Now the reason I'm doing this, not only do I want this page to reload while I'm developing, but in the browser source in OBS over here, there's no reload button on that. I just want that thing to go ahead and reload in OBS whenever I make changes. It's not going to work right now because I got to go make it reload again, but let's see what happens. No, I don't like that. Oh, that's because I did the console message before I assigned it. WebSocket disconnected. Ugh. I need more messages in here to tell me what's going on. There we go. I want this thing to narrate what it's doing more. Wait, how did I do that? Oh, hit the wrong, hit a wrong alt tab. Yo, wait, alt escape? Changes windows? See, my laptop has tilde under escape, or not my laptop, my weird mechanical keyboard has tilde under escape. Anyway, moving along. Server restart. This is going to connect to the WebSocket. WebSocket connected. There's the server instance version. Let's make the server reload. This is a cool song. Server's reloading. I disconnected. I'm trying to reconnect. You know what I need though? That was a one-time thing. The server wasn't restarted yet. This is what I mean by this being too naive. I want it to be an interval. Let's do this. And let's actually, you know what, let's do it up here too. When the WebSocket disconnects, I want it to repeatedly reconnect once a second. This could be smarter. Not going to be, it's dumb right now. But here we go. Load this page, WebSocket connected, yada yada. Let's make that server restart again. Disconnected, connecting, 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 connecting. Should have reconnected already. What gives? Oh. But it never got a connection message. What gives? Oh, I know why, I know why, I know why, I know why. Son of a... Son of a pup. It is because the socket changed. All those old event listeners go away. But they never fire again. Let's try that. Reloading the server. My bunk page is still there though. We're going to connect to that WebSocket. Did we connect that? But it's not sending the message anymore. Alright, we connected. Did we connect? Something's bogus. It says it's connecting. We got a socket. Yeah, this doesn't belong here. We need a global. As ugly as that is. Restarting the server. We didn't need to do that. Okay, you connected. Yeah, that was the problem, is that set interval once a second just kept reconnecting socket after socket after socket after socket. Let's restart the server again. Disconnected. Let's try connecting. We connected. Oh, window reload is not a function. I thought it was. Oh, I think it's window location reload, isn't it? Yeah, it's window location reload. So we're almost there. Kitties. Okay. So we got half of the reload function working here. I think. Let's look at the browser. Server restarts. We disconnected. Connect, 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 connect. Yeah, that's right. Reload. Restart the server. Client is connected. Disconnected. There we go. Let's try it in a different way. And the way I got it set right now, changing the web source file should cause the server to restart. Maybe not. What files am I watching, you? I think it's only watching JavaScript. So I may need to reconfigure NodeMon. Well, the page reloaded. I got the server to restart, page reloaded, page refreshed. Okay. Okay. NodeMon. Watch those files. How do I do that? The option I want... Look, this song is going on forever. Oh, it's 7 minutes. Try the next one. Alright. NodeMon, how do I tell you? Not to ignore, but to pay attention to additional paths. I think it only watches for JavaScript. Can we change that? Because there's ignore... Okay, so there's also watch. So let's do this. We can configure NodeMon and package JSON, not package lock, you dolt. Package lock is enormous. I hate package lock. Anyway. Let's do this. Is it watch? Is it watch? It's watch. Correct? Does that look good? And you know, actually, I do want it to watch. JavaScript, CS, and HTML for now. Restart that server. Update the page. Restart the server? No, you're ignoring me. That didn't do it. I mean, it's kind of a brute force thing to restart the entire server every time anything changes, but it's so cheap right now that it's worth doing until it gets expensive. Why? What are my paths? Oh, you know what? NodeMon didn't restart. NodeMon restarted my process, but I don't think NodeMon restarted itself. You know, and actually, what else I want? I'm gonna say verbose. NodeMon, please be verbose for now. And the idea is I should barely ever have to do npm start. Okay, so watching index.js, watching web, watching extensions, that all looks right. I've got WebSocket connection. There's the message. Let's change that message back and see if it updates the content. I don't even want to look at the server. Well, look at that. Okay. So now I'm going to hop over to OBS real quick. I'll hop over to OBS. When I get back to it, what you should see is a change in Kitty. What in tarnation? 1 second. Kitty, don't go after that. Please. No respect. Don't do it. Don't even look at it. Okay. There we go. As I was saying, what you should hopefully see now, I'm going to edit this file, and the thing above my head that says Hello World should change. Come on, there it goes. Okay, cool. So what that should mean now is that as I continue to work on this thing, the little thing I've got above my head as an overlay will change along with my work. I'm going to poke at that one more time. It's a little hard to see. I mean, it's red, but whatever. Why is that there? Okay. Okay, so where it says above my head, "Hello, you beautiful world." This is a web page. Takes a little bit, but it reloads. Maybe I'll make that faster at some point. But through the miracle of WebSockets, I can make this page change dynamically in response to other things. So I guess I can like pull back out of this particular thing because we still have in channel a chatbot to which you can say hello. And the chatbot says hello back. This chatbot is running in the same server as this web page. The server offers a WebSocket. So now let's do something simple. How about, I'm going to regret this, but how about I'm going to do that. I just want to now set up a connection between the chatbot and this page. Baby steps. Hey, knock it up. Okay. A little stress relief. Okay. Here we got the web page. Here we got the client code. Here we got the server code. Sets up a web server, sets up some WebSockets, sets up a chatbot. What we're missing here. Okay. I'm gonna hoist this. Because I want my chatbot to have access to the WebSocket server. Kinda ugly, but whatever. So here's what we're gonna do. This right now is just copy pasta code. Oh, my frame rate is terrible. Let me look at something real quick. Just watch my frame rate drop enormously. I wonder if I can do something about that. I've already got OBS set at high priority. Let's throw that sucker into real time. Maybe that'll help us. There's no sense in streaming if you guys can't see me. Music is cool though. I'm not gonna. Maybe I should throw that in real time too. Who knows? Let's let that go. Okay. Anyway. Looks like there's a few folks watching me. If any of you feel like participating, I'm going to have a chance for participations. So what I'm going to do, this code right here, is all copy pasta from the Twitch bot sample code. It's all hard to see because it's over there under my to-do list, so let's drag it a little more. And it's going to make this a mess, but whatever. Here's what I'm going to do. Kitty, don't chew on the drive cord from my Commodore 64. Anyway, I hoisted the reference to the WebSocket server because I'm going to take this, I'm going to say something. I'm going to say, if someone says hello, the bot says, hello you. But you know, that bot actually does have access to who you is. I forget how to do that. Let's look at that real quick. So let's clean up some tabs. Don't need that, 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 don't need that. Do this, okay. User state? Yeah, there we go. User state, display name. That's already in my code, isn't it? I just missed it. Okay. So what I want to be able to say is... let's pass in a few more things. So down here, I'm getting user state and the message. So why don't we say this? Hello, let's make it a little more personal. Hello, user state. Display name. And let's make that a... holy crap, stop that, kitty. Since I've been streaming, I have not yet fed the cats. That's what I'm gonna have to do the next break. The youngest of our 3 cats is currently going bonkers to get my attention. It is very distracting because he knows what things in the room are breakable. Alright. So we're doing 2 things here. I'm personalizing the message because I wanted to remember how to say your name. And I'm going to say... okay, someone said hello, so the bot's going to say, hello, your name. And then it's going to go through all the currently connected WebSocket clients, which should include all of my web pages. Don't you dare knock a dance off the wall, you little bugger. It's going to send user state over. Let's just do that. What else are we going to send? Oh yeah, let's send the message too. Why do you have to do this, kitty? So, that's going to restart the server. If I'm lucky, I didn't just break the server. WebSocket connection's coming in. Hello, bot. Hello, my name. But also, by the way, unexpected message. Said hello. Well, let's implement that message. What did we get when we got that message? We got a whole bunch of fun stuff about the user. So, okay, back in client land. Let's implement that message. Let's rearranging some things because I'm particular. So this is the client side. I called the message, said hello. We're getting some data from that, but you know what? I'm gonna destructure this data. because I know what I'm getting from this data is a message and a user state. Now this is where it gets weird, because what I want to do, this is where something like, I don't know, I'm just gonna do DOM calls. I'm used to doing React for so long that I've started to lose my sense of using vanilla JS. And so far this client is all vanilla JS. So I want to say, they said hello with this user state and this message. Jiminy Cricket. Kitty, do not eat my posters. It's getting real exciting now, folks. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to change that message in response to whatever you say in chat. Well, when you say hello. And what I'm going to say is, document kitty, different cat. Different cats are attacking my entire computer setup. I forget how query selector works. This is how out of practice I'm getting. You know what, I don't even need query selector. But I'm used to using it, aren't I? Screw it, let's use it. Because it makes me more flexible later. Yeah. And no, I'm not going to go grab jQuery. If I'm going to grab jQuery, I'm going to grab React. So I'm going to grab the message element. I'm going to say, I'm going to cheat. How do you set the text content of an element? Text content, that's not correct, is it? Inner HTML, I don't want to set the inner HTML, I want to send inner text. Is inner text what I'm looking for? One of those was like annoyingly deprecated or something, if I remember right. Inner text, yeah, everybody supports it. Okay, well, never mind then. This is ugly. This is real ugly. What did I just do? Oh no! I keep fat fingering the wrong buttons and they do things that I don't expect them to do. Okay. So, server's restarting. Server's restarting, yes. Got a whole... Where are all these WebSocket connections coming from? Oh, it's because the old sockets are... I think? Anyway, I'll figure that out. So, now what happens when I say hello? Last hello, LM Orchard. See, it's hooked up to the chatbot now. This chat is just going to be entirely full of me talking to a bot. But that's cool. It's going to get ugly formatting soon. You know, HTML doesn't care about carriage returns so much, so let's make that a little more readable. You know, can I... Let me try this. I'll make that a little more readable. Let's say, I've got a background color of, let's give that a little background color behind this app. There's a little bit there. Still not easy to see. A lot of this stuff by scratch. I could be using the CSS framework, yada yada. Not doing exactly the right thing, but okay. It's a little more visible now. It's actually kind of crap, but anyway. What do your text outline? Maybe that's not so easy in CSS. Thought it was. Hmm. 2010. Text shadow. Is that what I want? Let's look real quick. These are handy dandy dev tools. These are style editor. Actually, this is a nice thing. If you're not using Sass or any transpiled CSS, and what the heck is this music? If you're not using a CSS processor, you can edit styles in your browser. What is the syntax for text shadow? You can edit styles in your browser and then just save it straight to disk. What is text shadow syntax? There we go. I knew it existed. There we go. Offset, blur, radius, color. I always forget. I knew it existed, but I always forget the syntax. All right, back to my browser because I want to see how it looks. Text shadow. So there's offset. You know, I don't want an offset. 0px 0px. Make it a big shadow. But that. Look at that. Beautiful blur. Maybe I don't like that. That's a little better. Now here's what you can do. I find this a neat trick. Save. And I can go boop-a-doop. Where's SparkleBot? There's SparkleBot. Now since this is not process CSS, I can use the editor, the style editor in the browser, as my actual project style editor, and that's a little easier to see. Although red is the terrible color for this. So let's do, I don't know. DDD. And I'm gonna say it again. Control S actually works to save from in there too. Not much better. 3 pixel blur. But it's just nice, so you can edit CSS in the browser and see the results. It's a little slow to reload, but it is indeed reloading. I mean, I really want more of an outline. Would 1 pixel work? Let's call this 400px. 400px. Box is gonna get bigger. Or maybe it won't at all. Jiminy Cricket. Oh, I forgot a semicolon. Back in there. Now it's covered in my head. Maybe I don't like that. So I'm gonna jump into studio mode for a second. How about we don't do that? Yeah, maybe I don't care. Oh, there it goes. Now it's behind my head. So I might move it back in front of my head at some point. But now the stuff is behind me. Actually, you know what I could do? I'm gonna... I've fiddled with that for a while. Bot still works. You can see that changes over there. Now I'm just kind of doodling. I don't know where to go next with this. Oh, where'd that come from? I don't want those breaks in there. Alright, well, Sarah styles. What? You already know where those styles go. Thank you. Oh, I see. The style editor did not have focus. Okay. So I guess intertext turns those breaks into BRs. This is a pretty cool version of XLF. Okay. So we got some progress here. I guess what I can move on to next is making that HTML actually do something fun. Fireworks is what I had in mind. So I should probably look up some fireworks. Actually, I've got some of these to-dos done. I, in fact, do have a Twitch bot. Chat bot. I do have a web page for the OBS overlay. I don't have a README yet, but I think this is actually a pretty good check-in point for me to commit some code to GitHub. So, where are we? Let's review some changes. What have I done to the server? Alright, so what I've done to the server is fixed a few bugs. I've made the server version its instance, so that when the server restarts, the client knows there's a new server, presumably with changes. Made it a little noisier. I hoisted the WebSocket server variable into a module global because... Oh yeah, and I transmit the server instance version to the client on Connect. Added a little thing here that tells the client what time it is. And actually, you know what, if I wanted to... Yeah, let me do this real quick. This will be kind of fun. At least for, like, a vitality measure. Now, if I were using React, that might be easier. But I'm not. So I'm using dumb APIs. I think I'm getting punchy. Setting a system time. Let's change this. So on a system time event, query the selector for system time, and we're just going to set the inner text to So this is just kind of a thing to let me see that server messages are continuing to come in. It's just kind of a busy box little thing. I should see it here pretty quick, unless I broke something. There it is, you can see the system time. Very tiny. Very hard to see. Change that real quick. It's a funky song. That's what I just did. I just threw a little outline around that. You can kind of see it. You can kind of see it up there. That's going to be the system time updating. And again, I can say hello. The bot talks to the WebSocket. I'm actually tired of that being an H1. I'm kind of just fiddling right now as I think about what I want to do next. That should reload. It's kind of small text. How about we bump up the size of that text real quick too? Fourteen 14px, 18px. 24? Too big? Too big. It's gonna reload. Text is a little bigger. Not sure how easy that is actually to see, but it's good enough for now. Hopefully we'll do something more interesting with it soon. Alright. Looks like we're in some interesting shape for a next phase of things. So let's go back and review again. So, server. Fixed a couple bugs with the WebSocket server. WebSocket connections are working. When a client connects, it is told about the server instance version, so that if that differs, the client knows to reload itself. I also send a ping like every second or so at the system time, which is what is now updating that little date stamp up there. That's coming from the system. Cleaned up a little bit of stupid stuff from the copy pasta code. I added this hello method. I expanded the hello method. So now when you say hello in my stream, just the word hello. It's very stupid. You say hello in chat. It's going to say hello to you by name. And the last hello is going to show up in the sidebar here. That seems like a pretty good place to go from here. Because the next thing I want to do is to make it do something more interesting on different commands. So like, I don't know. Fireworks. Fireworks seems fun. So since this is a web browser source, it doesn't just have to display text. I'm not sure if it'll display, say, WebGL. Maybe? I might explore that. It should at least be able to do a canvas. So what I may do is take that little square and expand it to the whole video window. And so if you say, I don't know, exclamation point fireworks, like maybe I have some kind of a particle effect go that's web-based on this web page. That might end up being like final form of this project. I don't know. Okay. Let's finish going through here and I can commit it. I did some NodeMon tweaks, did some CSS tweaks, tweaked the HTML a bit to accept these updates. Mostly it's all client changes because when I started this segment on my stream, the JavaScript behind this page only said hello in the console log. The rest of this is all WebSocket handling. I got some code here. Connects to WebSocket. Does a bit of naive reconnecting. So if the server goes away, every second it will try to create a new socket connection. Down here, I've got kind of a generic message handler that looks for JSON messages over the wire. And then down here, I've got a dispatch table of functions that listen for the different messages that are going to come in over this socket. And so far we've got 4 messages. Well, we've got one that's a default. That's just catch-all. If we don't recognize this message, I just log it. I got one to catch the set hello message, system time, and then server instance version. So that's where we're at so far. We managed to successfully create a Twitch chatbot that lives alongside a web server. The web server hosts a web page and a WebSocket server. Chatbot talks to the WebSocket server, talks to the web page. Chatbot tells via WebSocket the web page to display different things. That's pretty cool. I've never done this particular thing before. Like, I've never connected all these together before, so it's cool to see that work for the first time. I am going to commit this to GitHub right now. First stabs at getting the chatbot to affect the web page. Make it real generic. Committed. Publishing this branch to GitHub. Now, if you haven't seen up here in the corner, it's kind of like a little brief description of what I'm doing. This is where I am on GitHub. So let me go look at that real quick so you can follow along. I may take a brief breather to rehydrate. And stream for 1 hour and 15. Planning on streaming for at least another 45 before I take a big break. That break will probably be like an hour or so. Alright, I should actually pin this tab. So here's where the project is currently living. GitHub.com/LMOrchard/sparklebot. I called it Sparklebot because I'm aiming to make it do sparkly things at some point. Alrighty. So, what do we want to do with this thing? I think I might stick with the fireworks. So, who on the web has made fireworks for the web? I'm sure it's a thing people have done. And there's some like canvas tutorials. How old are they? And that's a thing that's probably been around a while. And I don't want to just out and out steal someone's thing, but wait, I think I'm shooting up my CPU again. Well, this is interesting. This is a little thing from Automatic. Oh, WordPress data team. That's fun. Like 7 years ago, though. Best physics-based fireworks prototype available. And it's a 404. Alright, so that demo's not there. This is 7 years old. What about, so it's forked from this. Which is it's pretty ancient. But it's on it's on GitHub Pages. So maybe Cope is not it's gone. Okay. Huh. Well, now I'm really curious what this looks like. Because it seems like they're really saying some fun things about this. And I gotta look for the 2011 annual reports on WordPress.com. I mean, I'm not a super stranger to like. I'm not a huge stranger to using Canvas. So I could do my own thing, but I hear the WordPress 2011 annual report has fireworks. Not seeing it though. I mean, the code is here. Why don't we see? Let's clone this real quick. I'm just gonna clone it. I'm gonna see what happens. Could be this is like fascinating to watch. I think my frame rate's dropping a bit. I really need a better computer. Alright, so this is using like, this is some ancient code. Okay, well, I wonder if I can just load that file. Perhaps. Ooh, searchlights. Well, those are pretty fireworks. I don't know if that's exactly what I want, but they're really pretty cool. That's pretty neat. So I guess my question is, can I combine that into an OBS overlay such that we can summon up fireworks all over my screen and like really Be freaking annoying. What happens on index HTML? Is there any code in here? Oh, there is some code in here. Hey, what is this timeline thing? That seems important. This music is being weird. Next song. I don't know, if I can get it to work, maybe I will just borrow this code. Man, is that browser source dragging down my machine? So OBS is telling me that it's using 20% CPU to get barely 30 frames a second. I probably have some like stream surgery to do here. Huh, it's whenever it's in the background. If I bring it in the foreground, it's not as angry with me. That's bizarre. Anyway, back to the fireworks. I'm hoping my computer can manage doing fireworks. So I'm wondering, is it a programmed sequence of fireworks? Because I kind of just want random. I'm like, what are these variables it's feeding in? Yeah, I guess these are programmed fireworks. Okay. I guess, yeah, this is not random. These are actually... It seems kind of weird to me. Are they per day? Oh, I see. This is a data visualization. They've... I don't know what these are, or what these data points are, but I think they're making a data visualization out of this. Which is what I don't want. I just want them to be random. It's very pretty though. I don't know, maybe I'll look for something else. What other effects can we do? Why is my music skipping so much? It normally doesn't do this. Oh, chip machine. I crashed and I never got to set the priority higher. It should be a little smoother now. Yeah, every now and then the chip machine hits a song that it can't play for some reason and it just dumps out. And unfortunately I have to remember to set the priority of the chip machine process high so that like everything else on the computer doesn't make the music go crap. Anyway. Fireworks. I got some vector math in here. There's a lot going on in here. I wonder if I can find something simpler. You know what I might just do? Do some GIFs or something at first. These are very neat though. Well, at least I know they work. This is all canvas. This is like another tutorial on making fireworks. I mean, my alternate project today was I was thinking of making a game, because I actually have done, like, particle systems and shit like that. Stuff like that. I want to keep it G-rated. Stuff like that in a browser. But it's starting to look like building the fireworks effect will be a little more involved than what I've done so far on the stream, which, that's annoying. I guess it's not that annoying, it's just, this is pretty cool. Actually, I really like this effect. It's like kind of simpler. I could borrow this. That's the other thing too, is I don't know. It's on CodePen, but what's the licensing for this kind of thing? Because I don't want to just, like, leave it. But maybe I will borrow it. And, attribute it at least. Oh, this is like following mouse? Oh, neat. This is what I want to be able to do, is like if someone says, I don't know, like, Fireworks 5. It just does random fireworks all over the screen. I'm curious, actually. I wonder if... Pro users. But that's kind of neat. So this gives me a hint, actually. This is useful, because I know this is wired up to, on mouse down and mouse move, and there's like an origin point, and it tells me where I can kind of discover the API for these fireworks. So actually, you know what? I am going to borrow this code. And I don't have a module bundler yet, because I don't have Webpack. So I'm just going to do it the old-fashioned way and add script tags down here. But I am going to add a lib directory. I'm going to say fireworks. I'm going to borrow this code. I'm going to do it. I'm going to borrow this code. And at some point, I'm going to expand that little gray square above my head to cover the whole screen. Take away the background, because the browser source lets you do transparent stuff. That's going to be all fireworks. And I also kind of don't care about minifying this code, bundling this code, because it's loading from my local machine to my local OBS. So this is kind of old school-ish web development. Okay, let's close that real quick. Let's focus on some things. Let's look at this fireworks file. I just borrowed the code, so I'm going to just paste it right in. And what does it give me? Because some of this I'm going to have to, like, libraryify. Like I might have to tweak some of this such that it works as a library for me. Okay. So loop is a bit that I'm going to yank out, I think. At least I'm going to transform it anyways. Adapt it. There's an interesting little, like, thing there. So here is a thing that folks these days don't need to do anymore so much, because your bundler does it for you. It's the IIFE, immediately invoked function expression. And what it does is, since this is, I'm not using modules, this wraps up all this code in a function scope. So these variables don't leak out and pollute the global namespace, because it's only used within this thing. But then I can explicitly leak them, like by setting them to window. So that lets me export them. Because I know I want to export, say, firework. This song seems long. Yeah, it's still got about a minute left. Alright, so where does it define the fireworks array? There's a fireworks array and a particle array. I don't think I need to mess with that. Hi, kitty. So in my loop, what happens when I do a mouse down? Okay, so it's just setting some flags here. Yeah, I don't need any of this, but I am interested. What happens when the mouse is down? Okay, so it's pushing into this firework array. Okay. Well, let's move some things around. So this loop, I'm going to make it no longer part of that little module. ASL, huh? Oop, that is not what I meant to type. I got dyslexic fingers. So now I'm just kind of, since this file's starting to get a little more complicated, I'm going to move some things around. Just to see if I remember right. Include fireworks and yeah, okay. So yeah, you know what I want to do here? This wants to run. Yeah. I'm going to expose some of these things via window. I'm kind of reworking someone else's code to work as a generic library. And we'll see. We'll see how well I do with this. Let's move this back into their thing. What I don't need this loop to do is any of the mouse stuff. So what I'm curious about is if I can get this example to work on the page as is. It'll look ugly. If I can get it to work and just like randomly fire off fireworks, then I can further tweak it to do the exact thing I want it to do. I'm going to make this library export. Fireworks loop like that. like that. if I can type. I don't actually care about any of this mouse down stuff. Because I think existing code is gonna... yeah. It's gonna just go ahead and loop itself. Now what I'm looking for... Actually, the other thing I need to remember... Ah, there we go. It needs a canvas tag. So let's throw that in there. Oh, I'm forgetting my shortcut keys. Alright. I'm gonna have to probably style that real quick too. Cats are getting a little wild in here. Let's copy some of this crud. So what I'm trying to do is get this code from a code pen that does fireworks to just load into my little sidebar thing there. I'm sure I've just broken everything horribly. But let's see what the console says. Fireworks loop is not defined. Okay, okay. Canvas is null. Okay. Get element by ID, but I added it, didn't I? I just... It's there. Oh, but it's after all my script tags. Never mind. It's getting there. It's getting there. I don't know why it's way the heck down there, but... Not absolutely positioned, is it? Oh yay, it's working! It's actually working. Okay, okay, okay. But you can't see it on the stream because it's way the heck down here, and I don't know why. Oh, it's not in the... It's not in the div. Okay. Will you be able to see fireworks on this? Hey. Hey, you can see weirdly badly shaped fireworks on the stream now. Like the aspect ratio is off. That'll be a thing to figure out, I guess. If I make it 300 by 300. So the idea is, I'm looking at, not the, oh, this is a different one altogether. Where did I find it? I've already lost it, haven't I? There it is. Cats are being insane. Okay. You can see fireworks on the stream now. That, I want to expand in like a transparent layer across the whole screen. And so whenever you type in kind of an annoying chat message, that'll happen anywhere on the screen. But first, before I get too far, because I'm borrowing this guy's code, I need to dig up the context. Anyway, before I get too much farther, there's no license on this. I'm gonna do this. Wake up it. Dag nabbit, get back there. No, get back to the thing I was just looking at, you dorks. What are you doing, kitty? Sounds like there's heavy construction behind me. The cats are restless, they haven't been fed yet. They're gonna be fed soon. What? No, I copied this, I copied this, computers. Why? Okay. Can I please have the text I just copied? Thank you. So I just want to remember where I got this from, because there's no license attached to it, but I imagine there was some work put into this. And it's up there as a tutorial, so I'm guessing it's pretty much like fair game content, but... Where are you, kitty? Huh. Cat found his way into a box somehow, and he's now looking like he ate something. Alright, maybe I don't need to feed him. Found a bug or something. That's not a good cat meal. Anyway, trying to attribute this code to this person who has done me a solid by writing this little tutorial that I'm going to adapt for my stuff. Person's got some cool looking stuff. But for now, I'm going to borrow this fireworks code, which I think I can further adapt to my needs. So, first things first. See if I can give that a... Can I give it a blank background or transparent transparent background? We don't need crosshairs, we don't need the background. I'm curious how it's going to look against my stream. Kitties. It doesn't look too bad. I might beef up their size. Because let's see what happens when I take away the background color here. Cats, you growl at each other. I'm going to have to kick you out of my office. Taking longer to reload than I hoped. Okay, so now my little space up there has no background color, so it's totally transparent. That's pretty cool. Almost looks kind of like an Atari effect. Now here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to move on from it being, from that source being just a tiny little thing. I'm gonna drag this over, give everybody nausea. Because here's what I'm going to do. And so now, I mean, it's hard to read the text now, but now I'm going to play around with expanding that. Let's just do a few interesting things here, like, just for now. I'm thinking pretty soon. They've been streaming for an hour and 44 minutes. Got about 15 more minutes. 15 more minutes, and I'm going to take a break. I may take a break for an hour. I might take a break for 2 hours, but I'm going to take a break and come back and work on this some more. But maybe I can get to something satisfying before I leave. So I'm gonna be lazy. I'm just gonna hide that text right now with CSS. Cat, why are you going after that poster? I like that poster, don't. For some reason, he loves this poster. Oh yeah, I'm back. Sorta. Sun is hitting my desk just so, and I'm like... Anyway, I'm gonna deal with it for now. Like... Ah. Alright, I hid the text. You can see... tiny fireworks in the other corner. How about... Let me look at my browser because it's easier to edit when I'm in here. Now what I want to do... Let's re-enable a background color real quick. Yeah, let's do that. Take away this padding. Yeah, well that's weird aspect ratio, but let's see how it looks anyway. Seems to be doing kind of cool stuff on this page. Hey, mini cricket. How's it going? Oh, look at that! There's fireworks on my stream now. They're a little hard to see, but I expanded the browser source to cover the whole... I expanded the browser source to cover the whole page. You know what? I'm gonna close my blinds real quick. I never really stream at this time, so the sun is in an odd position. So anyway, okay, so now where we're at. There's a browser source covering my stream that's shooting fireworks. And I kind of want to do two things. I want to, first of all, make these fireworks a little more noticeable. And second of all, tie them to a chat message. So that you can type something in chat, and these fireworks will splat all over my screen. But now that I got the graphics working, I kind of want to just play with it and see what does it look like if I just splash a crap ton of these things across the page. I'm wondering, like... what is... I guess I'm wondering, like, what is the time... Like, I'm looking through the code, I'm trying to figure out where's the timing. This is the time that auto 1 launch per 80 loop ticks. You know what? I'm gonna have some fun with that and just say... 20. I want lots of celebration. It'll take a minute for that to reload, I guess. Kind of not as fast as I'd like it to be. Did I break something? I broke something. What broke? Huh. I know the server is still running. There it goes. There it goes. Oh, there's a lot of fireworks on my stream now. See, now that's kind of the effect I want, is if you type a certain message, I want it to just kind of go bonkers. Could get annoying after a while, but it's kind of a gentle enough effect right now that it could be fun to watch. It's kind of neat that they're all launching from the same spot, the bottom of the screen. It's a lot more noticeable. And I've got my editor up. It's almost kind of a missile command effect. Have you ever played that game? Yeah, now I'm getting mesmerized just looking at this fireworks effect that I myself did not create. You know, this might actually be a good point to check code in, because technically, well, not technically, but conceptually, the only thing that this is missing right now is changing, well, a couple things it's missing, but the main thing this is missing right now, I'm seeing fireworks. This is actually working better than I thought it would on the stream. What is missing is triggering it from a chat command, and also I might make these fireworks a little fatter, or maybe a little bigger, because it's a subtle effect right now, and I almost kind of want it to be bigger. So let's actually let me do this. I've got about 8 minutes before a break. I don't necessarily want to get into anything else huge right now. I need to trigger fireworks at a chat command. Actually, let's make this more like a to-do list that it's supposed to be. Or dramatic. What else do we want to do with this? Add sound effects to the fireworks? I'm afraid I'm going to be done with this soon. This is working better than I thought it would. How about this too? Share this as a project on Glitch. Yeah, how about that? So one of the things I was thinking about doing with this is, so if you're not familiar with it, these days, what lives at glitch.com is a cool... Well, if it's ever going to load, there we go. If you've never played with Glitch, it's pretty cool. It's almost like the Twitter of tiny apps. So you sign in, and you get to have basically, I want to say, a Raspberry Pi sized slice of a Linux virtual machine. But on top of that, so that means you can like run servers and things. But it gives you an editor. So like, I don't know, I'm gonna sign in here real quick. I've got a few stupid little demos on here. It's been a while since I did anything on Glitch, but this seems like a good candidate for Glitch. Because people can write Twitter bots on this thing. I was playing around with WebGL, and I built this thing. And what's cool about Glitch is you get a full development environment right on Glitch. And actually, I'm wondering if this is going to kill my computer because this laptop does not have a good video card. Oh, there it goes. It's not too bad. I was playing around with WebGL to do two-dimensional graphics. And this is WebGL, not Canvas, and it was pretty cool. Like, I wanted to make a space game using vector, like old school looking vector graphics. And what's neat about this is this actually going to be some of the most obscure code because it's trash. But that was the project in its built form. You hit edit, and I don't want to do this. There's like a dark mode to this. I want to turn on dark mode. There's dark mode. Dark mode. Okay. So you can see here, this is like not unlike the editor I've been using all day. There's a sidebar. And you click on one of them. This is an editor. You edit this code, and in the background, it updates the files. So this is a whole like mini code hacking environment where you can share a file, where you can share a project, files and all, and it'll actually run. You can actually run node code and stuff. So this could be a cool destination for this chatbot to end up, because what's cool, I'm using the word cool too much. What's nice is if you go to Glitch, you don't have to install Node and all that stuff on your own machine. You could grab my project, fork it on Glitch, and you have your own chatbot. You just have to give it like some credentials and stuff. And then you can hack it on here. But that might be an end state for this. And this song is going on forever. I'm actually tempted when I take my break to just leave the stream and the music running. And kind of give you a countdown of the, like, I don't know, hour or so they might take a break for. I don't know. I think I might actually just pause the stream. Yeah, fireworks. Get mesmerized by it. Okay. So here's what I want to do next. Maybe I got like about 3 minutes left. I can at least navigate to the bit in my code where I want to start hooking these things up. So I know timer total. I'm going to hack this guy's code. So I know right here is how a new firework is added. Now that fireworks array, since by virtue of this being wrapped in a function, the fireworks array is now private to that. So what I want to do is export. I'm saying quotes because this isn't the proper module, but it's how we used to do modules back in the day. I'm going to export this little push thing. I'm going to say Windows Firework Launch is a function. And what it does. Oops. We're going to call this fireworks array private. And all it does is just do that. Now at some point, what is CW? CW is canvas width, right? Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. He expects the canvas to be the full width of the window. Okay. Well, so what this does right now is it launches a firework. At random. But I'm exporting it, so here's the thing I can do. I don't need this code. I don't need this code. There's no more mouse stuff. So these variables can go away. So I'm kind of hacking his auto random launch thing. I'm assuming it's a he. I probably shouldn't assume it's a he. I don't actually know the name. This person, this author, who shared this firework code, has like it runs unattended, and it will just launch fireworks. So I'm going to yank that out. As soon as I do that, the fireworks are going to stop. I am at 2 hours, but I'm going to do one more thing. And I think it will actually give me the command to do this. Yeah, let's do this. All right, let's do this. Yeah, we're gonna need two things here. Server side. And are we not in SparkleBot? We're in SparkleBot. We're gonna need two things. And then I'm gonna take a break. We need a new command. And we need a new message on the client side. I'm going to say something snarky. Doesn't have to be a template string, but who cares? I call this fireworks launch. So let's say for let index equals 0. Let's say const num1. I think I'm getting really close. Oh, this is the server. That doesn't belong on the server. This belongs on the server. This is messy. I need to dry this up. But I think that might do it. Let's see. Connected. Working? I don't know if it's working in on the stream. Oh, there it goes. Look at that. All right. But guess what? This today's done. I'm gonna go take a break. I'll be back in about an hour. Talk to you soon.